Hi guys, just wanted to do a gear review on another coat that I found which I wanted to share with you all. I think it's a pretty good coat for the price. It's a Craghoppers. I'm assuming this is the name of the coat, Compresslite. Couldn't find any other name on it anyway. Basically it's a coat with synthetic insulation and it's packable. So I wanted to just cover a few features of the coat with you. Wanted to try and get this video up to you as soon as possible because I got this coat at a really good price from Go Outdoors. Normal price is £65. Currently these are going for £35. So for anyone who might be looking at those at the moment, looking for gear reviews or just general sort of reviews online about the jacket, hopefully you'll come across this one. So initial sort of thoughts about this coat. First thing I noticed was the zip. It's a really nice sort of thick chunky zip. Sort of gives that image that it's of good quality. It's that little bit more chunky than some of the other jacket zips that I've got. Downside on this zip, if anything, I would say that it might let a little bit more air in just because of the design. You know, it's not quite the sort of same quality as like the Montane jacket I've got, but it's good. It's perfectly functional. And you've also obviously got this layer of fabric inside the zip to kind of cut down on heat loss. And being an insulated jacket, that's kind of what it's been designed for, really, is to keep as much heat in as possible. Comparing it with my other jacket, where you may have seen the review, the down jacket that I've got, it's certainly not that level of warmth. But I would say it's a really good jacket for this kind of time of year. We're moving into spring now. It's not absolutely freezing outside. You know, I think that's where the down jacket really comes into its own for much colder temperatures. Typically this kind of time of year now, where we're above freezing, between about 3 and 12 degrees, this jacket to me seems perfect. Obviously, as I said in my other reviews, it's difficult to sort of give a measure of how warm something is because we're all different and we all feel the cold differently, but that's kind of the temperature range where I've tested it so far that I've been comfortable in it. I personally wouldn't want to sit on the top of a mountain in really cold temperatures as I've done with a Montane jacket, but as said, certainly for this time of year now, springtime, early winter before it gets really cold, is a perfect jacket. It's got the DWR finish on as well, coating, so it's got a degree of water resistance. Obviously it's not waterproof, but it will keep a light shower off. One of the things I noticed that the coat is missing, which my other coats have, is any kind of adjustment on the wrists. I've got to be honest, I've not really kind of missed that. Because it's not a waterproof coat, that's typically one of the reasons I would want them sort of cinched down tight. They have got this kind of elastic on them, so you're not going to lose a lot of heat through them. So I think perfectly functional, but just make mention of that. So we've got the pull cords on the bottom of the jacket to obviously cinch it in, help to cut down on heat loss. Pockets, again, perfectly functional. Something that I don't overly like about them is they're sort of a cheap sort of fleece, which feels warm, but I just tend to find that they sort of catch on your hands a bit if they're a bit dry, but really minimal stuff really. So the coat is also windproof, which is obviously handy. You need that from this kind of jacket. Also, it's got the hood, which is also insulated. Probably my one main issue with this coat, if I was going to say that I had an issue with the coat, is this basically. There's no kind of cinch cord here whatsoever, so if you are faced with the wind, I tend to find that the wind will get in there and it'll just want to push the hood back. It doesn't, it would have a job to sort of blow it right off, but it's just not what you want really, is your hood being sort of blown about. But that's my biggest sort of problem with this coat. I think overall for £35 coat, it's an excellent choice to go for if you're on a budget, and it also packs down nicely as well. So in the pocket you'll get this bag, and I'll show you briefly how small the jacket packs. And this is, one of my favourite things about the coat really, is the fact that it packs down so small. Better warmth from this than a soft shell jacket. and it packs down considerably smaller. So some of you watching me sort of be thinking, well, why has he bought this jacket when he's got a perfectly good down jacket? Down jacket is obviously a much better quality overall, but I just wanted something that I can just sling on and not worry about really. This time of year I want to be doing a bit more bushcrafty stuff again. That involves playing about with fires, lots of smoke, maybe walking through areas where there's lots of brush. So there's several ways really you can damage a coat, and I'm not really happy to put my down jacket through that. I'd rather keep that for the winter mountain camps where, you know, I know that there's less of a risk to damage that kind of value coat. So, you know, this one for £35, I'm not particularly bothered if it gets a little tear here and there, or it's a bit smelly from the smoke from the fire. That's the whole idea of me having this coat really, is for that reason. That's what it packs down to, and just to give you some idea of relativity, that's a 1 litre Nalgene bottle, so, you know, not much bigger really. So, you know, that's impressive I think for what is currently a £35 jacket. I think that that's excellent value. And then for anyone who's interested, who's weight conscious, not much heavier, only a few grams heavier than my other jacket, my down jacket. Obviously, as I've said, not as warm, but you know, reasonably lightweight, reasonably small pack size, you know, excellent jacket. So overall, I think I'd give that, especially for the price, about a 9 out of 10 I think. Like I say, the only thing I really don't like about it is that hood could do with some drawstrings on really, just to cinch it down more securely. But other than that, it's an excellent coat and I'm really pleased with it, so I'd recommend it guys, especially if you're on a budget, or like me, you just want a cheap coat to sort of mooch around in, and not sort of worry too much about getting it dirty or a bit smoky or what have you. It's a nice little coat, and obviously it worked well with other layers as well. So yeah, go and get one while it's that price, £35.